Hey guys, this is a quick follow-up video to one of the comments my buddy Brian from ArcStar. He had commented on the keyway for the spindle on this machine here. I totally forgot to mention it, that I had a little problem with it, and it was something I was unfamiliar with, and I kind of freaked out a little bit since I didn't get to run this machine when I purchased it. It was strictly by visual inspection. So anyway, the long story short was that when I got it home and went to put the R8 collet in it, I couldn't get it to go in there and line up on the pin. Um, Never had that happen before, so this was new, and I kind of freaked out, thinking I was going to have to rebuild the whole head and pull it all apart, and I just wasn't looking forward to that. So long story short, I want to give you a short version here of what it took to fix it. It was a real quick fix, very inexpensive, and I'll just kind of give you a quick rundown of what it took to fix it, and I'll show you what the pieces look like, and hopefully help somebody out. All right, guys. So if you're watching this, you're already familiar with the whole R8 collet setup on these and how they work more than likely. We take our collet, we kind of put it up in there, and this keyway right here, we kind of turn that until it catches and goes up like that. And then we tighten up our drawbar. When I went to do that, like right there, it's catching. That's what we want. When I did that originally, this thing was just spinning. I wasn't feeling it. And I was just freaked out, and I was dreading having to pull this top half apart. So what it ended up being is they call it a collet alignment bolt or screw, I believe is what the term is. It's not a keyway. It's an Allen. It's a little Allen set screw with a little nib on the end of it. And that little nib is what goes in that keyway and lines it up. So them things get sheared off, or they just wear out, or you got some animal on there, tighten it up and it wasn't locked in all the way, and whatever the case may be, it happens. And I guess it's pretty common, but this is the first I had come across it. So there's a video on H&W Machine, which is what I watched, and it was very, very informative and very helpful. So I'll just give you a quick rundown here and what it took to fix it, because it was really easy. So just bear with me here, because I kind of got to move around the machine. The first thing you want to do is run your quill down a little bit. You come around the back. That little set screw right there, all you do is take that set screw out, and this collar spins off. It's standard thread. Once you spin that collar off, this piece here, that'll be gone, the nose cone. You run your quill back up, you lock it, and then you go up top on your drawbar, which obviously I can't now because I got my power drawbar up there, but you go up there and you smack your drawbar down, and it knocks the spindle down. And what'll happen is when you knock the spindle down, maybe like an inch or two, let me lower this back down, the spindle will come down, and there'll be another set screw right in here. Now remember, this will be gone. So that set screw will be in there. There'll be two set screws. One of them has the little nib on it, which is what lines up the collet. And then the other one is just a jam or a jam set screw to keep that one from loosening up. Once you take them out, all you do is put your new ones back in. You kind of bring your collet up in there and feel it. You'll kind of feel the resistance on the keyway. Once you get that depth set, how far that set screw goes in, then you just run your other jam screw behind it, and that's basically it. So once you got them in there, then you'll lock your quill again and smack that spindle back up in there with a dead blow hammer until it bottoms out. Put your nose cone back on, which is that piece we took off right here. And by the way, I should have mentioned, that has a spanner in it. If you got a spanner wrench, that's how you get that off there. Remember, it's standard thread. So put that back on, and then you come back around and put that set screw back in. And all that set screw does is retain that nose cone. That's all it does. So with that being said, let me tell you where I messed up. When I put that in there, knowing this spindle goes up and down, we go back here again. Notice how you can't see it? Well, I wanted to make sure that thing didn't come out. So I grabbed a fistful of the Allen wrench, and I wanted to make sure it was good and snug. So, so it didn't back out and start scoring this up. Well, after I did that, I got my collet up in there. Everything was good. It tightened up, felt real good, and I was happy. But right about when I got my, I don't know, my quill right about to there, it would start to get tight. And I could not, I thought maybe I messed something up. I thought maybe when I beat it back up in there, I hit it too hard and messed something up. I was kind of baffled. So anyway, I called H&W Machine again and explained to them what was going on. And they're very, very helpful there. Their customer service is just amazing. All it was I had over tightened that set screw, and it was tweaking the quill a little bit, which I know sounds kind of unbelievable. All I did was lower the spindle down. I backed off on that set screw a little bit, snugged it up. I run it back in there. It was fixed, nice and smooth again. So keep that in mind. If you do that repair, don't get crazy tightening up that set screw on the backside, because you'll run into that same issue. And I mean, that's basically it. That's basically the repair of that. I didn't ever had that issue with my other machine, so this was new to me, and I'm glad I fixed it. And I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there, Brian at ArcStar, who haven't fixed theirs yet. So it's a quick fix, and parts are very inexpensive. And if you got any problems, go to H&W Machine. They'll help you out. I have no affiliation with them, but they've been really good with customer support. Yeah, that's it. That's the fix. I'll put some pictures, some still photos of the actual pieces I took out, so you know what you're looking for. Literally, all they are is little grub screws, little set screws. One of them has that little nib on the end of it, like I said, to to line up that keyway, and then the one that goes in behind it is actually hollow. There's no bottom to it. So when you go to put that one in, you got to be careful that you are not turning in your other one at the same time. It's kind of tricky, but if you watch the video on YouTube that H&W puts up, it's very explanatory. They do a fantastic job of showing it, and you'll be able to fix it with no problem. So hope this helps. That's what that comment was about from ArcStar. And if I can help you guys out with any of that, let me know. All right, guys. So real quick, you kind of see what it took to fix that there. I'm gonna post some pictures, some still photos after this in the video. Make sure when you're looking at the still photos, you'll see one picture in the needle nose, and that little screw is hollow. It looks just kind of like a washer, but it's actually a set screw, and there's no bottom to it because it's very, very thin. So there'll be one with the nib on it, and then the other one will be hollow, which will be your jam screw. Them are the two pieces you're replacing in there. So check them out in the pictures, and I hope this helps.